I actually have to ask what the name of this song is. That I need that song, man. Someone tweeted at me. I need that.
You can always ask PK, I guess. Bottom left of Daybreak, another Slayers player. And will he just be another victim for life, or is he finally able to stop the run of the ZeNEX player? This is in the yellow.
Slayers Puzzle.
Puzzle, he has his work cut out for him. I don't really think that we have to introduce his opponent anymore.
No, we don't.
It's, I don't know, 8 player kills in a row. This has to be a GSTL record. This simply has to be. To the top right, in the blue, our Zerg player for the ZeNEX team, it is...
ZeNEX Leipe.
15 years old.
Yeah, 15 years old. That's exactly what I was gonna. Man, you read my mind there. I was like, by the way, guys, let's not forget this guy is actually basically a child prodigy. Now, what sort of build are we going to see from him? Now, normally against a puzzle, you want to start with the corner pieces first. Now, in this case, it's going to be taking that third base. This is a good map to take a third base on, but Puzzle has the option of attacking him early on. It doesn't normally end up being Puzzle style. Puzzle is a late game guy. What type of composition are we going to see? Are we going to see carriers? Are we going to see, Mothership, of course, that type of composition late game? Or are we just going to see the more normal Archon, Void Ray, a few Void Rays, a few Colossi, that just mostly Stalker mix that we see? He's going Nexus first here, and his opponent will spot that. Life sees it right away with this Overlord.
He knows it already, and the last time against the Nexus first, he started with a 3 hatch before pool. This is not what he's going to do today. This is a different map. This is not Entombed Valley. He's not up against Hero today. He's up against Puzzle, and he just drops the pool at a standard timing, goes for gas, but he has all the scouting information that he needs, and we can certainly expect him to take a third now. But Life is a player that is a little bit unpredictable. We don't know all that much about him. Before he played yesterday, he made a few appearances, but not enough to actually judge his playstyle, know exactly how he's going to transition. So he might pull something crazy out of his head. I don't expect it, but it's always a possibility.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I mean, anything is possible with both of these players, but
we've seen fast takes on this map. Yu-Gi-Oh! With his Infestor style starting to go into a third base after he finished his lair tech just comes to mind. We'll see what Life is going to do here. The one thing that's certain is that he feels really confident, and he knows that he can currently beat anyone.
Yeah, he absolutely can. What will he do with his gas? Right now he's leaving all 3 in. What if he just goes for a Baneling Bust? That's not something we've seen from this guy yet. We haven't seen anything like that at all.
And a Baneling Bust is something that he might be able to pull off here. So far we don't even have a cannon. Now he's getting the first one. But if there's a late sentry, only one of them, and he busts through, he's getting speed. And he's getting a ton of gas, but there's nothing. He might just go for a fast lair tech once again. He doesn't drop a Baneling Nest.
He could actually just do that right now. He has 100 gas.
He's
there
taking
it is. 5-minute lair.
5 minutes and 10 seconds. There's a bet going on. I'm sure of it. Line is probably, okay, if you can pull off a fast lair this time and you get away with it, I'll buy you Bulgogi.
Probably something like that, man.
And Puzzle is going straight for the Stargate. He's like, well, you're playing ARK, this time I'll play Phoenixes.
I want to know what this guy's Brood War history is. Does he have any? Because in StarCraft 1, you saw layers this quickly oftentimes, but in StarCraft 2, this is just not normally the case.
And he takes the probe out. No scouting, nothing.
He doesn't see any gases at the natural. That's all he was able to see. And from here, are we going to see a Spire? We don't have any additional gases at the natural just yet. He has enough resources to get the Spire like right away. See if he'll do it. I mean, it's starting to seem likely. Now taking the double gas at the natural after the probe's been killed. The probe did also see no third base. So that's something to remember as well. Infestation Pit is the tech of choice.
I actually think that if he's going for some kind of Defester timing, we've seen this occasionally on maps like Entombed, where does, in my opinion, not work all that well because of how the map works and how a Protoss player can defend with force fields. But given the tech that is chosen here by Puzzle, if he tries to go for an Infestor timing and tries to bust here at the front, he could do some damage. I don't think that he will be able to cripple Puzzle's economy or just kill him right away. But if you lose that front, if you lose the Cybernetics core and all the defenses, you have to stay put, you have to play passive. You can't really move out because there could be run-bys. So if he's trying to aim for anything like this, it might actually just work.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a little bit risky though.
It is very risky, but you know, it just might work. And with this guy, anything, he can make anything work. He really can.
It could also just go for a standard play right now, trying to take it a little bit more, a little bit slower, going for the third base and just trying to get an economy advantage, maybe punish a third of his opponent. He's getting the Infestors now, but we don't have any additional upgrades, not getting Burrow, for example, or Roach Warren.
I really feel like this life guy, man, he can get out of anything. Like, if you put him in a jail cell, like a barred window, and there's like just a normal lock, and you like give him, and all you give him is a shoebox. He's like not even wearing clothes. He's naked in a jail cell with a shoebox. He gets out, man, guaranteed, every time.
Naked in jail cell? You have weird fantasy too.
He gets out, man. I'm telling you. Well, we see the Phoenix play now has been spotted. The Infestor's out just in time.
Only one fungal though, that's a problem. And the Queen, it's going to die.
He won't get another fungal though. Yep, and these Phoenixes may go down. He has to be careful though.
Oh, he needs a few hits.
You know, he may have been better off dropping some Infested Terrans to support the Queens.
Oh, but there, one of the Phoenixes dies. The Queen is dead now.
Yeah, he's lost 2 of them. In fact, puts him on 1 Queen. He needs to remake those. He's losing a lot of production right now. And it looks like the follow-up to this is going to be a very fast Colossus push. And you know, with the Infestor tech of choice here, this could actually work in his favor quite well. It's going to depend on whether he wants to be aggressive and attack here or make a third base with this.
He needs some scouting information in order to stop this, or at least to be prepared for it. And look at the amount of gateways that we have for Puzzle.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think it's definitely just going to be a big 2-base attack. This is going to be really hard to stop, even with Infestors. Even if he has a lot of Infestors, it's going to be hard.
I like the idea with the Infestors, but the problem is he needs something to back them up, and right now he doesn't have it. The Queen is out, not killing the Phoenix just yet. Nice from Puzzle, trying to be aggressive here. And here come the Infestors, burrowed, but already spotted by an Observer.
Oh, man, this is huge.
This is bad. This is really bad.
He's going to be able to shut them down no matter what. He's already got 2 cannons at his natural. If he actually engages at the front, I think he's going to really regret it, especially with the first Colossus coming out here. Range is already on the way.
Do you know how well Puzzle could play this now? If he just follows the Infestors, if he traps them, if he waits, baits them in.
I think that's exactly what he's going to do. I cannot see... If the situation that Life is putting him in right now is asking to die. He is asking to die here. All of the Infestors will be taken out without even a fungal. Not even one.
Oh my god.
GG.
GG, that's it. Life's run is over. He tries to go for risky strategy once again. Is unlucky enough to straight walk into one of the Observers.
That was the most anticlimactic way for such a hero to die.
Yeah, definitely. But well done by Puzzle.
Puzzle's like, well, I guess, all right, we're back in this after all. This is such an important moment for the Slayers team right now.
That was really important. They depended on this win, and suddenly the score is a 3-2.
The question is, what will be the next move for ZeNEX?
Well,
we finally get to see some depth. We finally get to see the depth of this team.
Yeah.
We're going to find it. What's it going to be? Who's going to be next?
And they have the map choice now. So Puzzle is the player that they have to beat. And
they said they were worried about him, and so far he's been the first problem they've encountered.
But I'm still... Life played so impressive, and I think that he set a new record here. With 8 wins in the GSTL, I don't think that anyone was able to match this in the past.
Maybe Bomber or something like that, technically. Like
one of the all-kill guys, yeah?
Yeah, it's possible, but I don't think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, me neither. So that was really impressive. Loved it. And, well, I don't think in consecutive climb was.
Yeah.
So
that's... I mean, I was impressed with this guy. We're going to see him a lot more. I think ZeNEX definitely has a pretty good chance of advancing out of this GSTL group. Plus, he's going to be in Code A. He got his esports weekly match seed. This guy, he's going to be around for a while. Look forward to his play. He's a big risk taker. You know, this is the first time one of his risks did not pay off. He went for a big attack, and his opponent just had an observer, and he died.
He gambled a little bit too much.
Yeah, I feel.
And
it
was
so
just.
Too.
The thing is, Puzzle was able to see all the games. They probably watched the games yesterday when they played against Team Liquid. and all the risks that he took. So he was like, okay, I have to scout. I have to exactly scout what he's doing, and then I'll be fine.
Well, who is it going to be for ZeNEX? Let's find out. Oh, sending out Harrier.
He just qualified for Code A, and now he's up against Puzzle.
Look at Puma, man. He was like, oh, you got this, no problem, man. He's like, no big deal. He's like, I played Harrier on the ladder. His Terran's not as good as mine.
Well, let's put it this way. Harrier qualified, Puma didn't.
Yep, that's true. In fact, Puma lost TV2 to the best in the final round, went to Game 3. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Harrier play. This will literally be the first time I ever get to see him. I mean, I was at the Code A qualifiers. We weren't covering his games at that moment, so I wasn't able to see his play, but this is going to be my first time, and I'm excited. We're going to take a 5-minute break before we find out if Harrier can take out the biggest challenge for ZeNEX here at the GSTL. See you in 5.